Mirage, I think, was after that.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. It's a map that's kind of like, it's, I guess in CSGO for that's been one of my favorite maps to cast overall. I think in terms of like gameplay, it's very exciting and what it can present in terms of options for both sides. But anyway, let's get this one. Julies for Waylander.
That's why, just to mention, I think that's why it's become a middle ground though. Like we often see it late in series, like third maps. A lot of teams playing it means that there's no advantage perhaps for others. But yes, you're right. We do have dualies. We also have a dead world edit. Mihu killed him.
He did indeed. Well, we still have 2 smokes available for FlipSid here. The first kill did come in, like he said. World edit goes down to the hands of Mihu. Looked great on the overpass as well. So the advantage comes in. And it's still, in terms of the map control right now, it's going to be an A-sided attack for sure. As Waylander, he's got the bomb, setting up for that smoke, presumably towards CD spawn. And will come in right now. There it is, just blocks off the vision from Highway as well. Furlan now in towards MBK. Next frag, next shot, basically going to be very important to him.
Good shot. Furlan gets both. They line up to give him everything. It's actually Mihu. Never mind to get the second, the third. Calm down, State of Kiss, but Mihu does close it out. Blade falls. Lovely start to the game from Kinguin, who, well, had the lead throughout the course of most of the last one, to be fair.
Yeah, like I said, that USP, those sort of positions, it comes down to that first shot. If you can nail a headshot there, you're going to get multiple frags. You can see it's going to be looking very crispy and times it to perfection as well. Mihu actually picks up 3 kills in total. And an interesting buy coming in from these CTs. 4 UMPs across the board, and it's going to be Mihu. He's just got that M4, obviously a little bit more cash than his teammates. And we do see a force buy from FlipSid here. Didn't get the bomb down in that first round. So it's going to be Deagles, PT50s, Tech 9s, body armor. Electronic goes with the head armor and 2 smokes to work with it. We'll see what kind of setup they're going for. I think it's more the same, you know, smoke towards Highway, maybe smoke the quad position as well. Just try and flash your way out to the sides and see if you can just overwhelm the CTs with these flashbangs and Tech 9s here. The running gun potential as the smokes come in. First shots exchange as well. No one doing damage just yet, but looks like the CTs may strike first. He's an incendiary to lock them out as well. The bomb doesn't get planted though.
Indeed, it's beneficial for FlipSid. Well, they bought armor in this one, so they're not exactly in an idyllic situation to try and force up in the next. Watch Waylander's rotation back toward middle. Mihu, I think, has considered this and greets him with a hello. Down he goes. Good shot from Blade, at least, to give another one world edit. Spots 2 getting in. Lines up, can't get the headshots with the Deagle. That could have been everything they needed, but I say that, and look at the kills in the back line, because Blade and Electronic, they've stepped up, and Electronic's going to convert it. So FlipSid, just as the last game, we'll get an eco response on a force in the second round.
We did see the very back and forth opening first half to this game, and overpass I should say. After winning the pistol, they'd answered back, and they went on for 5 rounds in total before actually, I think it was Kinguin who got the initial lead. So I'm assuming a force buy will come back from the Polish squad. It will indeed. It's going to be CZs and a UMP from Malzino. They've got 3 smokes to work with as well. Be good to locking out the T's at the start of the round, but you do have to heavily favor FlipSid here, especially on the T side of Cash. You can just get that mid control, overwhelm them with the rifles as well, and see if they can get those first picks. I don't think there's any mid presence at all from the CTs here. Just Rylan, who's got an HG grenade towards the vent area, trying to do some initial damage there. I think he's thrown it, not quite yet, but in terms of what it can do at this point, I'm going to see the terrorist start. He's going to be taken down, presumably quite quickly, but it will be smoked out and has to fall back at this point.
Blade tries to get flashed in by his teammate. It does catch Mihu at the top of the highway, but he was able to scurry back around the corner and as such not get spotted up by Blade when he does peek. Nate comes back in from Roland. Minor damage onto the aforementioned player. Goes down to 82. In fact, a little bit lower for Blade as he gets tagged to 5, but gets Mihu pushing back down. And a rotation for 2 players back behind the Z connector. Vacates the premises of A, but it still means there's only 1 player on to B because Mazzino's going to get pressured and caught by World Edit just as the CTs arrive at Tree, but smokes out in front and World Edit flashed off. He's going to spray into that. Instead, it's Electronic and Markelov to find the kills required to get the round in their name.
Good work from FlipSid there. Like I said, once you get that mid control, you got the rifles as well. You can take the longer range angles, especially towards Highway. He finds that first kill. That's Blade, but like you said, he takes himself down to 5 HP, but he spotted multiple targets in the area. He can pretty much guarantee the B's going to be a safe bet at that point. There's 1 player waiting for them. They take him down, and it's another clean sweep here for FlipSid. 5 players alive at the moment. Just Furlan, who's got a head armor and a 5.7 as well, I believe. So yes, he will. So he's got a smoke and a flashbang and an HG, so lots of utility to save. He just wants to stay alive at this point, not even looking for exits, just hoping he can hear the footsteps and shut down any ensuing terrorists. He will be just holding up. At this point, FlipSid probably can justify hunting him. To be fair, you might as well let him keep his 5.7. Like, the worst thing, like, you've got a lot more to lose than he has. He hasn't managed to pick up anything, right? So, yes, he has head armor, but still, he's not really going to inflict a ton of damage in the next round either.
You say that, but the 5.7's a beast, Henry.
It is, but like, in terms of the risk, you have no idea where he is. You run into him, give him an AK potentially.
I know. I was joking.
It's a great joke.
Calm
it's
down.
one of your best.
Well, doesn't say much, does it?
You've had some real good ones this tournament, I have to say.
Have I?
Yeah.
Can't recall any myself.
I keep a notebook of them.
Oh.
I'm going to read them out at your funeral.
At my funeral, I was going to say you should do that. You should definitely do that. It'll lighten the mood.
Yep.
It'll be dark, of course, but it'll at least have people smiling.
Yeah.
Flashes go through World Edit looking for a shot with the smoked off Z connector, though. It vacates everything. He's not going to be able to spot up Rollin, who thinks better of his positioning, perhaps, and goes passive, at least for now. Well, it's the only one to enter into mid off of this boost, though. Blade's actually above, but not drop through. It's me who takes a peek toward A main. Furlan with said armor and said 5-7 has rotated back towards Z in mid. That gives Rollin a chance to join up with two other players inside of B. Me with a Deagle is trying to still watch that A main position as World Edit's gotten onto highway, so he could be caught off guard here in the corner. Not quite spotted, but his gun should stick far enough forward that if World Edit doesn't overlook it, with a fast peek, he'll be spotted. Nevertheless, he drops back down. That's going to give him the shot. Meanwhile, Mao's managed to pick up one on the B site, but A's open. And Waylander's going to get beyond the cross at Truck before the rotation comes in from Furlan, so they'll be able to get a free bomb plant out of this.
Yeah, this is not really much Furlan can do it. Yes, he has that beastie 5-7, but does a little bit of damage. They found one kill so far with the bomb going down. And no defuse gets no nades remaining. Just a UMP in the hands of Mouse. You might want to save that. Okay, Spiro. That's a scary angle to face. It's going to be World Edit doing some work here with that M4A4. Takes down the armor player as well. It's going to be 2 remaining. Like I said, Mouse, that weapon's definitely viable going into the next round as well, but it will be 3-1 in favor of FlipSid here. If you are just joining us, they won the first map, Overpass, which actually ended up in overtime. So, this is currently Kinguin's pick. We did expect the series to go into a third map. Still has a lot of potential to do so. But for now, FlipSid after losing the pistol, bouncing back with 3 in a row.
Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
Shot to potentially force some reinvestment. Won't work out. World Edit will collect onto Rollin. But the buy comes in. No AWPs in play on either side. And that's the way it'll stay. I was going to take a look at Waylander. I was going to say World Edit. His money, but he doesn't have it, so he'll go back to where he was. He's the only one that doesn't have it, and the rest don't need to reinvest. There's still... Okay, I take it back. They went back and switched it out. So as soon as I called it, they didn't. World Edit, who had 10K, goes back to spawn to grab an AWP.
There we go. Well, full default here from the T side here. FlipSid, they've got a lot of money to work with here. All the utility, AWP as well. Not really the same story for FlipSid, for Kinguin, I should say. It's going to be 5 M4s, no kits, no head armor. Not a big deal in this case, apart from Waylander with the M4. And very limited utility. Rallin, in fact, no nades at all. They were struggling this round. Orb can be very beneficial on a map like Cash, but they'll have to go without this round. Like we said, though, a lot of options for the CTs here. They're not going to be taking advantage of it. You bring up them, or look at the minimap on the top left, you can see a complete straight line formation from FlipSid right now. Look at that first pick, and you can see there's a CT. It will be Rallin jumping in into his cross. They can't find a shot just yet. But I would assume more of the same at this point. The CTs can't really justify holding towards middle. Don't really have enough incendiaries or even an orb to actually challenge them at that point. So we'll be leaving that open. If the T's manage to get that position, it does open up a few more options for them. Yeah, Waylander has got control at this point. Makes his way towards the mid box. And there's a player coming in from Connector. Does he dare face at this point? That will be Rallin.
Can't imagine that he does. He knows that they're going to have a set toward mid. Not much damage exchanged, all things considered, but Waylander's made his way in toward the vents.
Yeah, he hasn't got a Molotov to flush out that player in checkers as well. That's Malzino, and doesn't decide to check it at all.
Flashback in. Yeah, easy peek from Mouse. You're dead right. Never anticipated it. This will encourage them to go back over toward the A side instead. Good pick from Blade. Finds Mihu, but watch Furlan. Pops out, spots Highway, gets one. Needs to be cautious of his left because they have come out from Squeaky, but that Molotov means they can't wrap onto him. Instead, it's Markelov who will take him with a straight fight before Rollin. We talked about him in middle not peeking before. Wraps back around to find Electronic. It leaves 2 alive on the T side. In fact, only 1. With the bomb down, Markelov tries to get aggressive in the smoke, and that's caught off by stray bullets. Spiro's going to take him down, and Kinguin will pick up round number 2.
Yeah, decent round overall from Kinguin there. You can see, like I said, FlipSid normally finish their rounds with the bomb going down about the 6 or 7 mark, second mark there, and there's more of the same. FlipSid going towards mid control. They actually get it. They actually see no CD presence whatsoever towards mid. They're going towards that vent position to sacrifice 1 player to try and show some sort of presence towards their B site. Unfortunately, didn't check the checkers from box at all there. Shut down, that first player comes in. They're having to run into the A side very quickly at that point. Couldn't really win the trades at all, and it was quite a simple retake for Kinguin everyone. Considering the buy they had there, they got themselves in a fantastic position in terms of the economy now. Got the AWP back out, they've got the grenades to work, a couple of kits as well, so much stronger position they were than the previous. So, what's the reaction here from FlipSid as a whole? Is that more of a default for now? 2 players holding towards B storage for any CT aggression, and actually same story towards A as well. 1 towards Squeaky, 2 in A main. Just seeing if any CTs do decide to go for that aggressive phase. We talked about CTs having a lot of options here. Got counter boost towards middle, pushing the squeaky door of an AWP. Actually getting towards that B storage as well. 2 players hunting for the first pick, but for now it's more of a default.
WE with the AWP, trying to spot toward the fence. No one there. It's Furlan instead. Oh, look, I thought he was going to go. He's looking increasingly like he wants to peek out from quad. Watch Mihu as well, trying to get back in behind the smokes. Gap toward A main. No one spotting it. Waylander's going to go down here, surely. Mihu's going to get there in time, or is he? Still in front of him. Does find it before he jumps toward the catwalk. Markelov re-peeks, and Mihu finds 2 before he has to fall away. And World Edit getting a little bit desperate to try and fire through the wall to get the shot in return. Now they know where the AWP is, no less. And Mihu goes after it, flashes in, catches it as well. And Blade was in the corner, but couldn't respond fast enough. It leaves it in a deficit of 2 men. Does get traded back as Electronic made his way up highway, and Rollin was late to the action. Could follow that position up with the same peek from Spiro, and World Edit gone. Means no AWP to go against Spiro when he peeks against Electronic. So he goes down in the corner, and Blade now in a 1 versus 3.
Picks up the drops the AWP, gets the AK back out. A lot of work to do here, just trying to do damage to the city economy ultimately. You know exactly where he is. He's got 25 seconds with the bomb, but I don't see this going down. Movement's not quite on point there, and Furlan gets an easy shot in the back. 3 players surviving as Mihu once again delivering huge frags there in a pivotal round, 3-3. I think they have just about broken the economy. There is another buy available just about for the terrorists, but Mihu stepping in tremendously there. Like you said, that wall banging coming from the AWP, almost suicides himself at that point, because he's just showing, oh, I'm exactly here, I'm firing off shots, not exactly ready for you to run around the corner. Flashes in, takes him down as well. And like I said, the buy just about available for FlipSid here. 3 AKs, Waylander, Tech 9, whatever, doesn't even really invest in this round. It's a P250, more of an eco for him.
Fast, the AWP at B gets the position, and fast they go into A main. 1 for 1, Furlan's got to get out of that position though, and he's not able to. That's 2 guns down. Actually, take that back, excuse me, just the 1. They'll grab onto World Edit, so it gives them a full arsenal of AK-47s, and Rollin's already smoked out of this position at the A site, which means they can wrap through, get a bomb plant quickly, just have to confirm that quad is clear. Electronic can try and go for the plant. The one thing they can, oh, okay, never mind. Go for in return was trying to deny that by getting through the smoke fast enough with blade sprays to find Mouse, and he was on a good position inside of the forklift to catch him off. Already, I think they're discouraged in going for the save.
Yeah, well, that's a round that presumably shouldn't really gone in favor of FlipSid, because the first 2 encounters there were with the Tech 9 and the P250. The only players that didn't have actual rifles in their hands is the CTs going aggressive. We did say at the start, many options here for the CTs. They're flashing towards A main. Can't find the first frags. An equal exchange would kick things off, and then Furlan trying to fall back. Gets taken down by the P250, who in the hands of World Edit was on a full eco pretty much. He was saving for his AWP going forward. He manages to get the kill in the back. They capitalize straight away, don't waste any time at this point. Smokes onto the bomb site, get it planted, and the retake looking very difficult there for the CTs. Good news is they managed to keep the AWP up and run in with the M4A4 as well. The 4 players for FlipSid, what was a very difficult round for them, staying alive. They managed to take the lead once more. 4-3 on the T side here. If you're not familiar with this map, like we said, it's not really played that much anymore. If you look at Oakland, only played 2 times. It's very equal in terms of like the percentage chances for either side. It's not really easy to say, oh, it's a CD-sided map or a T-sided map. In my opinion, you want to start on the CD side and post a decent score down on the defensive side, but it's very difficult to really pinpoint who has the real lead here. But, you know, like I said, if it's your map and you're picking CT first after winning the knife, you probably want to be winning those halves.
It's true. You're not wrong. Your logic makes sense, Henry.
Spiro, though. AWP. What's he up to this round? He'll be towards the B side of the map. Not really aggressive for now, just holding on towards the bomb site. Waiting to see if any terrorists do walk into his crosshair. A lot of teams do have a lurk player that can try and get in towards checkers and be left there while his teammates go towards A's to actually hold the rotations off and catch any CTs that might not be expecting that play. But for now, it looks like another A-sided attack here. And Mihu, I love this position. That's actually one of my favorites on the A side. And you can use the flashbangs very efficiently, jump up and find blind terrorists in front of you. And it's a good counter for execution-based play, which FlipSid are certainly known for.
Boost in mid, Electronic. 56 seconds. And no one's shed a tear so far.
Yeah, this is the full wall of smokes here. You definitely have the opportunity to run back towards B if you wanted to. This is the position I'm talking about with Mihu. Let's see whether he can actually counter the set piece coming in. Will they commit at this point?
His position is not bad for this.
It's perfect. If he has a flashbang remaining, I don't think he does. He just has to try and jump up and try and stop them. Here we go.
Problem is jumping early leaves him exposed. Exactly that. He gets 1, but World Edit's able to respond immediately with the AWP, and Furlan can't peek because there's flames at his feet, which also means he's going to get wrapped around on it. He's sitting duck in the corner. Markelov, great kill, but better spot from Spiro as he finds 2. Blade falls. Eventually, Markelov will wrap to find a response, but It's still going to be FlipSid with the man advantage despite the AWP play, and Mouse is far removed from the A site. Bomb planted, no kit. I dare say this round over. In fact, he does have to contend with the fact that Electronics up close first, does find the pick. Onto the AK. He fancies his chances. This would bring it to 5-3 if FlipSid able to close out on it. Again, he does pick up a kid on the way through, but Markelov stays on the bomb and swings wide.
Markelov actually giving an opportunity to win that round as well then. A questionable decision considering he probably knew exactly where he was in the footsteps. Could have just played at the time and actually just danced around him a little bit there. But Spiro, what a fantastic couple of shots this was. Blade gets his head blown off at that point. 5-3 though, I think it's going to be another eco for Kinguin at this point. So FlipSid, presumably going to bring it up to 6-3, but never discount these P250s. Anything can happen and will happen. But for now, it looks like more of a default setup. Just 2-1-2. Rallen middle by himself once again. The Electronic does bring out the UMP. A little bit more mobile. And just to mow down unarmored players as well. But Blaze takes a little shot to the face there.
Love that noise when it's on the other end. World Edit and Electronic do pull back. Make sure they maintain a healthy lead. And this second time Blade's heard that noise in this round is me who puts him down this time with a P250 at 4. Blade, good shot, but he in turn also gets dinked. So lots of good accuracy coming out of these pistols. Unfortunately, they can't convert. I say that, and suddenly Furlan finds another headshot. I think that's about 6 in the round. But only 2 kills. Low HP. Onto Electronic and World Edit. WP still up as well on this. No guns grabbed from the CTs as they were all far distance down in middle. It's Waylander that will find Furlan wrapping in behind the forklift, doing whatever he possibly can. But look at Spiro's positioning.
Just look at it.
Stop it, Henry. I know you like that video. But sometimes you're right. You've got to just look at it because Spiro is walking in. I think World Edit spotted him there. I'm not quite sure. They do. Yeah, okay, he did because they're looking back that direction. He's again going to try and get fancy and look for those World Edits put through the wall. He definitely wants frag videos, but he's not going to hit them.
He's not. Oh, it's going to be Kinguin doing some significant damage at that point. Managing to get some headshots in, a couple of kills here and there, but ultimately quite a comfortable round for FlipSid overall. We're going to round number 10 here. And we'll have a look at the buy once more. It's been a problem for Kinguin throughout this half. I'm not sure whether they can bring out the AWP. They can just about squeeze one out. It's Rallen. He's got the orb, no armor, and just a smoke as well. I think at this point, they need to be a little bit more assertive in this round. Let's just set the orb, try and get the first pick here. We've got no real utility to work with in terms of the incendiaries. You can't hold off those fast pushes. Let's see if Rallen can actually get us a pick here instead of just waiting up for full execution. I like this from Furlan. Adjusting quite nicely. He gets himself boosted up. And the AWP goes towards quad, but it's spotted and legged as well. The Molotov's going to flush him out, and down he goes. Mihu. That wasn't the AWP. Apologies, but still, 5-on-3 at this point.
Furlan's got to pull it back from the boosted position. Does find one. He elects to stay. Smoke down. Watch the doorway instead. Flash comes through. He's going to have to make a hefty decision on whether or not he likes it up there, if he's that comfortable in the bird's nest, because he's got a second player to rotate in and help him out. Unfortunately, though, with Rallen doing so, it leaves the B side open, and a smart call from FlipSid to rotate back this direction with bomb firmly in their hands. A split through the vents, they'll bust that out, but it won't matter because Spiro's alone, at least for now, as Rallen just gets back toward the tree position. No smoke in front of that tree, keep in mind, and Rallen does have an AWP. They've just got the smoke down now, and he can't find the shot. So Spiro's still under pressure, swings very into the open, I have to say, all things considered.
Rallen's got a gap here from heaven, and I'm not sure they'll be suspecting this as well. They think that's smoked off for now, so he could potentially find a kill where as the bomb makes its way to the bomb site. Here we go. Oh, can't find the shot there. That could have been the shot that wins in the round. Markelov goes one better.
I'm not sure what Furlan was looking at. I think he was trying to check behind the box, but it looked curious when we snapped back onto his vision.
Well then, 7-3. That was a difficult buy overall for Kinguin going into that round. They're currently a 4th-stage loss bonus. That's $2,900 overall. Another partial buy on their pick here. Not looking too promising. They have to remember they won the pistol here as well. Got shut down in the second round and had a pretty rough time here. Not really stringing much together at all. So another eco, not really much to report in terms of a couple of 5.7s and P250s, 1 HE grenade, and 2 sets of body armor. But that's a shot where they should be hitting. Unfortunately, just slightly wide there. Not a huge deal, really. They're going to win the round, regardless, in my opinion. But Waylander, there he is, makes up for it and finds our first pick.
Ain't that quaint. World Edit missing another shot, but again, pulled back, as you say, and double peek. Waylander finds one relatively easily, gets tagged up. Goes a little bit lower that time, but still manages to get Furlan down. That's the ultimate goal, and it works out well. Push through, Blade finds Spiro. If I sound like I'm talking a procession, it's because this round essentially is pretty straightforward against the pistols. Malzino, he's the last alive in a 1 versus 5.
He is indeed. He's got the body armor and PT50, but not really much else to work with here, I'm afraid. It's round number 11, and FlipSid will be taking this one, winning the half and T side here. On a map we weren't really sure to expect. Kinguin brought this one to the table. Like we said before, they impressed us with the raw skill. The players seem to possess. It was me who, especially for me, looked fantastic. Same story as well for Malzino on your screen right now, but they're looking pretty quiet at the moment. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Rylan 2 for 8, Malzino 4. No one really coming to life. It's just me who's had those couple of big rounds for them. He's on 11 kills and 10 deaths. He's actually not far off leading the frag charts in the whole server. There we go, round of 12. This is looking more promising now. Maximum loss bonus for the CT. I mean, they do get the open hand to Spiro. And I have to say, I haven't really seen too much from him that's impressed me so far. I want to see him get aggressive. Let's be a little more service. Find that first pick and allowing FlipSid to do everything they absolutely want to. He's looking like he does want to do it towards the B storage area. And there it is. That's what we wanted to see. He pushes in, but unfortunately for him, he does get taken down straight away. And that could be a call now to get straight into that B side.
Could be.
Yeah, that was good, but just very good refrag from the T's there, making sure they're working as a unit, using that buddy system effectively. So the right idea just couldn't quite fall back to the smoke at that point.
They haven't elected to go, as you said, directly into the B site. Well, and that's called Malzino back inside the vents, so that's going to give away the option.
Yeah, we've got two options at that point. You either commit straight away, potentially run into 2 wall players waiting with that AWP who's gone aggressive, or you fall back and just force a rotation at that point. You've got the advantage in terms of being a 4-on-4 for now. And you're just going to try and bleed the CTs out. Any little utility they have, you can take advantage of that when you go for your final execution.
The setup for the CTs as a response to this is actually quite good. Mazino's elected to drop out of the vents now and play inside of Checker, but he's watching B alone. That gives Mihu a chance to rotate all the way around to Truck, and Rollin still up close in middle. They're going to get a lot of information early on this. And he'll hear World Edit inside of A main behind him, Rollin, which means Mihu's going to get more aggressive up toward Forklift. Flashes and smokes come through. Furlan a little bit negated by those, but Mihu flashback in's going to find World Edit. Great pick as Rollins still trying to do damage over toward B, and he's serving to give the information to his teammate. Good find from Markelov as he dropped down and wrapped around to catch him off lurking inside of the mid garage. But Malzino, again, mentioned this already, has position, flash through, spots a gun barrel, headshot missed. A lot of misses. That's going to give him up to Blade in the end, but still he's the only one remaining. Just crosses in time before he's counter-peeked out from the tree, and Furlan's position a little bit late to deny bomb. What a shot on Mihu! I thought he'd go for the immediate peek, and Blade pulls it off as a result.
Sick round from Blade. That was very well played, I have to say. That first shot as well. A nice flick towards the B storage area. Takes them down. Maybe the CT's a little bit audacious there. Could have been a bit more calculated and actually slowed things down and make him have 2 targets instead of 1 at a time. I think they pulled the trigger a little bit too soon there. Mihu, yeah, you can see they're not really working together. That's 2 one-on-ones essentially, instead of actually giving him 2 targets and making him sweat under the pressure a bit. They're trying to capitalize as soon as he planted the bomb, but still don't take anything away from Blade there. Not really known for those really flashy plays and actually winning big rounds for his team, but that was actually very impressive indeed.
Do you think tomorrow between games we got tactical pause for Kinguin? We should go out and find some PCs and join in.
What, in the LAN?
Yeah.
I think we're casting most of the day, but yes, we do have a break.
Should we go join in?
Yeah, what game do you want to play?
Rocket League.
All right, okay, I'm sure that can be arranged. I'll see what I can do. I'll speak to the staff, see if they have a couple of PCs for us.
Okay, we can make it work.
Yeah.
I'll use my Razor Blade.
Okay.
So I've got my PC sorted.
Right.
Well, we don't have our playoffs sorted just yet. We're still waiting for this one to end. FlipSid took map 193 in this one, and a timeout called from Kinguin on CT side. I have to say, we said we'd get an indication of Blade's leadership on the T sides, known for being quite tactical in their approach. It's showing again here.
Yeah, it's good mid-round decisions throughout. Every time they get a pick, they're actually not committing straight away. They're actually slowing things down, waiting for the reactions coming to the CTs, baiting out a play towards the other side, then actually being ready to go towards the vents. So great getting his mid-control every time. Good use of the Molotovs as well. It's actually been almost a perfect half for them in terms of after losing the pistol to be a 9-3 at this point is great. And it's still not looking any better for Kinguin at this point. They can see Rylan, he's got an M4, no armor at all. That's a bit of a problem. And no defuse kits. You can see they are struggling here. They're just clutching at straw. Spirit's only got a UMP. This is, I wouldn't say a forced buy, but it's certainly not ideal. As we get into round number 13 here, I'm sure the unpause is coming in imminently. There it is. Well, Kinguin do use their pause, and probably the right time to use it, I'd say. At this point, they need at least 2 more rounds to even stand a chance here. And the 13 comes in. No kits, Rylan, glass cannon M4. Don't see that much these days.
It's true, actually. I think the last time we saw that was a glass cannon from Ost by Sadokist in a show match at Cologne.
Classic move.
It was the greatest call. Smoke out in mid-garage. Mazino's going to try and advance on top of mid-hut, so another angle we don't see too commonly. And Shapiro with a smoke out of B is going to try and get a little bit closer for some sound triggers in that position out toward Toxic. It's Electronic that's over on that side of the map, but he's not pushed up. He in turn is actually waiting for aggression. So everyone's playing a stalemate so far early on, including Markolov, who looks towards Squeaky Door. It's not open, but he's also not going to put himself in a position to try and distract or utilize it to his advantage either. So very passive from both sides.
Indeed. Terrorists, though, they know they've got the advantage in terms of the economy right now. Maximum loss bonus, that's pretty much all they've got to work with here. So now he's in towards that vent area. Mid has been a bit of a problem for the CTs here, but the Molotov misses, so he has got a chance here.
Mouse knows it. He saw it miss. He heard it miss. He can stay tight. See if they walk out and realize it, because it is on the roof to the left. Or excuse me, his left. Yep. Electronic's right. So he would have realized that it wasn't in there, but still he walks out and carelessly overlooks the fact that Mouse peeks back. So he does get the kill as a result.
But these are like defaults they've got in the bag, right? We'll get back into this later. There's going to be an A-sided commitment here. Mihu with a couple of C's in front of him. Can he find his first shot?
I would have thought he would have spotted Will Edit immediately. It doesn't matter. Furlan's there to get him, but Will Edit with a shot on the AWP. Back through the door. Markolov. And suddenly Will Edit on Spiro up close. Gives the advantage all the way back to FlipSid, who get a bomb down, and it's just Malzino, the man in the vents, remaining. They still may win the round. Another point you're going to make, because that's a kill in mid that shouldn't have happened. If the Molotov lands, he's not there. He's back in B, and they can execute up highway a lot faster. But Mouse spots up one. World Edit in the corner. Low HP goes down. Going down that far away from his teammate, though, means Blade can position himself accordingly, knowing that he knows exactly where Mouse is. And he's in behind the forklift as well, not spotted with that first crouch, but goes back out. Malzino realizes he's there. It's the headshot. And the man who should have been shuffled away is going to end up winning the round.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Just in fact, if like the Molotov hits, he has to full up position regardless, right? And even if you know it, you just assume there's not going to be a CT there. You just think, okay, the Molotov missed, but obviously he won't be there anyway. It looks like it's fine. And he comes in and strikes and actually manages to get 3 frags in the round. So that's actually pretty massive for him. 2 versus 1 with no nades or a defuse kit as well. It's a big round for him to pull off. And he thought Blade got away with that point. This is the crucial moment there. Not in terms of very flashy in terms of what he did, but just getting the job done. I thought Blade did just enough there, ducking at just the right time, but Mouse finishes him off and wins the round, 9-4. Big one, big clutch for him to pick up, but still only 1 player surviving for the CTs there. Still going to be struggling, could lose this round and still end up with 11-4 at this point. Famous UMP, no warp, still counter boost. This is what I want to see, these sort of plays. You probably don't want to commit straight away, to sit here for a little bit. Wait, okay, all in.
Zeno gets bombed down from that, but can't stick around.
Most T-sides on their defaults will be watching that like hawks, right? They weren't actually allowed to happen. That's why you're trying to wait for some sort of commitment, a footstep, someone running off, rotating, then you go for it. It was brave to jump at the start, but he pulls it off. So Blade goes down, does go down, and it's going to be a 5-on-4.
Well, that it's looking inside of the site. Watch the peek up. Mihu's there. Well, that it realizes the only angle available to them from that position which he was in is exactly that, on top of the box. So smart nade actually takes Mihu down to 59, but he in turn actually backed away correctly so against an AWP. And a better shot from Mouse again. He stepped up over the last 2 rounds. Talked about already. Waylander goes down. World Edit can't hit the shot as Furlan gets shuffled out. He's going to play slide for information. Knows he's still peeking, and after that shot, doesn't elect to capitalize on that brief window in time with the AWP. Won't be able to fire. Good flash in. Mihu down. Responded by Furlan, who's danced and tried to play passive angles, but gap in the smoke, and Electronic's able to figure out exactly where he's gone. And still the frags go back and forth until just World Edit remains. It's the AWP inside of the A site. He's got a bomb. They're fanning out into 2 positions to try and lock him inside of A. The only way out of this is actually where he's looking right now, down toward highway in 19 seconds. There's no time to go anywhere else except to commit to the bomb plants. He's going to clear out quad first. That gives more time to the player flanking in from A main. It's Rollin that has position in the post. World Edit locked in, and already Spiro's walked in behind.
Not really much he could do there. Tried his best. Some nice movement there, getting towards the bomb site, checking everything out, but just didn't really have the time to work with it. Goes for the default plan. He gets pincered in, and rallying Spiro managed to stay alive here, and it should mean they're set up quite nicely for the final round here. I think there is money still available for the terrorists, but still, Kinguin bringing that to 9-6 after a horrible start they had at one point. I think it was down to 9-3 at one stage. If they can get 9-6 after the start they had, I think they'll actually be pretty happy with that. Some key clutches going in their favor this time, and we go to the final round of the first half here of Cash. 4 AKs and an AWP available for World Edit. He has been hitting some pretty nice shot, I have to say. Spiro goes over towards B storage, not overly committing this time, just holding up for the initial picks. And there will be 1 player joining him on the other side. It's Electronic.
Electronic Supersonic.
Drinking gin and tonic.
Oh, that's about you. That's you're so vain you've made this song about you.
Oh!
That's a lovely shot from World Edit. Furlan erased from this round in the land. Great headshot. You just talked about the fact that World Edit, Spiro's been the one hitting shots. World Edit's been taking a lot of them. That one pays off. Mihu Position on catwalk, does see above the smoke to watch Markelov's entrance from the doorway, but he's got to time it accordingly, and as such, the flash is better because it catches him off, forces him back, leaves Malzeno in the hot seat, drops bomb though. So now he's got to control that inside of the site. As long as his teammate stays alive at quad, he's going to have a chance at doing so. Better still, he finds 2 kills before going down, and Malzeno's able to shuffle out and find World Edit.
This tag team of Mihu and Malzeno is so deadly. They seem to be just lining up shots all over the place and working off each other very well indeed. This leaves Electronic now in a 2 versus 1. He's got time to work with it and an opportunity to get that first shot of smoke. Just takes away the vision slightly there. Can't get the 1 tap required. And then will be his position given away at the same time. Bomb down the site, and it doesn't even matter at this point. Spiro faces and they get the 9-6. Kinguin get back into this game. It was looking a little bit horrible at the start of the half after staying 9-3 as mentioned before. I thought it would be FlipSid running away with this, but this is certainly very possible now. They need to win the pistol in the second half. It could be 9-9. That's the shot from World Edit that got us a little bit excited there, but still, like we said, these games, in this particular matchup, Kinguin versus FlipSid, you just assume they're going to be very close, in best of threes especially. And it's 9-6. We'll swap over.
9-6 was 9-3 before the timeout, keep in mind. So good response from Kinguin for whatever changes they called to make, but it's still, if pistol goes against them, is a problem because FlipSid's up 1 map, as we already mentioned. So not much more for them. World Edit as well, by the way. I know we called him out for missing a lot of shots because he took a lot of chance ones, a lot of wall bangs he was attempting. Has hit 17 frags in the first half.
Really exciting ones from him as well. You got to take them sometimes, take the risk. But yeah, still anyone's game here. If they win the pistol, they FlipSid, they are in very good stead to take this best of 3. But T-side, let's talk about the ideas you can bring to the table here on Cash. Normally towards the B side of the map, a lot of people like to do delayed rushes, running towards that B storage area, waiting for the CTs to face. As soon as they do, take them down and then go in. But this looks like a more tactical affair from Kinguin. They actually get 2 smokes here, and it will be Spiro and Master. So this is actually a common tactic, 4 towards door. We saw Renegades doing this yesterday as well. You do 1 smoke towards the highway. Aggression from Markelov there, I think. So it's actually Electronic, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. And you can see on the other side, just to note, the CTs are pushing towards B storage, so they have got information. It will be an A-sided attack, but let's smoke towards highway, and the commitment should come in momentarily.
Smokes out, won't be able to spot through. Blade takes some damage, actually quite a bit, down to 24, and it means Electronic gives them the rest. That's unfortunate. As he tried to push back through. Immediate capitalization on top of the bomb plant. Meanwhile, way out toward T-spawn, there's an exchange going on, which 2 players are peeking against. That's Rollin, and he's already spotted 1 inside of mid, so he's going to know that there's only 3 close to the bomb. That may serve well for Electronic and World Edit's position, but take that back. Markelov hits Spiro. But that's only after Electronic went down, so it's a 5 versus 2, and Markelov erased from the equation as Rollins wrapped back around to find him. Won't let it down in the end. And it's now 7 rounds for Kinguin, so this has potential to go to 9-9.
It does, but if you remember, this game has not been pretty for Kinguin in that respect. They've been winning pistols, but then getting shut down in the second round quite a lot of the time. Happened in the first half. Can they actually get the 3-0 required here to actually get them in a good position and tie things up at 9-9? There is a 4 spy coming in from FlipSid. Always a little bit dangerous on the CD side. If you lose these ones, you are limited on that first gun round. World Edit as well. He's all in. He's got the scout out, so if they didn't win, actually won't be able to get the AWP in the first gun round here. So it's a heavy investment for sure. Might end up pushing towards B storage. Nothing really to know in terms of any aggression in the CTs here. Just going to be trying to get Electronic in a position beneath the boost.
Spiro wants to molly into. Ooh.
It's happening.
That's interesting from Waylander. I didn't quite see a gap from our perspective. My eyes may have deceived me, but it could have been a radar as well, because he was staring in that direction. Regardless, Mihu's going to walk over. Electronic goes down. You said it was happening. The AKs have pulled it back at least to 4 versus 4. Watch Blade. They're going to know exactly that he's around the corner. That gives the aggro away, though, and World Edit tries to pop back out. Does damage. Blade follows it with the pistol because he put him in the 1-shot range. World Edit's got a chance for more. Rollin is found on the second peak. It might indeed be happening. They've got an AK in the hands of Blade as well, and he's got armor to work with. So Mao's and Furlan, who thankfully the latter of which has cleared out the A site, are going to try and pull this back by way of planting bomb and magnetizing the rest of the players toward their position. A magnetization that now includes an AK-47 and a MAC-10 in the hands of Waylander that he's picked up as well.
Good news is it's a nice open plan into the CTs without kits as well. But he can just keep Furlan alive. He could do some great work here against these remaining CT players, but still a 4-on-2. A lot of work to do over the terrorists.
Flash out. Potential peek toward the bomb immediately for the player behind. the quad. That's Mauzino. He's now in a 1 versus 4. This could be gone in a race. This lead and momentum from the pistol it is. Waylander trades, and a defuse coming in for FlipSid.
Every time it feels like just as Kinguin get back into the game, they get reset again. They will be forcing back into this round after this one, presumably. But the thing is, FlipSid have saved 2 AKs and a scout as well. It might not be the best idea in the grand scheme of things, but this was well did it. What was this shot? Just straight through the smoke. Rana gets taken down. Pop shots there, managing to deliver a couple of kills. Like I said, forced by more than likely for Kinguin. It's 7-10. They're going to have 3 Tech 9s, an AK-47 from Mouse, and Rollin yet to buy. He has the Tech 9 as well in smoke. So with the 4 smokes, you'd assume it'll be presumably towards A, similar to what we saw from FlipSid in the first half. Smoking those key choke points, maybe leave 1 boosted up towards mid, and then you guys keep executing, flashing in, hoping you can run through the Tech 9s, using that run and gun potential to take down and snowball in front of the CTs there. You can get that first kill, pick up a rifle, potentially get the bomb down, catch the rotations off, could be very beneficial. And will indeed be a heavy A-side commitment, but that's an incendiary from Blade. Could be almost perfectly drops it in the next 10 seconds or so.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You're not quite accurate.
2, 1.
Ooh, all right. There it is. That was close enough. 12 seconds. Electronic. SMG erased from the picture, but Blade up above does find Mihu in transition toward the back of the site. They haven't got the bomb there yet. And another spray through Mauzino. That could discourage a re-peek out from the CTs, and the smoke's still in place. Should put this toward the default. Now wide plant as well, so they've got A main to work with. Mauz will hold an open door. Watch the push back through. Kits on all 4. 3 flashes still to work with. No smoke to get on top of the bomb, but the HP's gone. The problem is they've got to pull them out, bait them into these positions because they've got 2 burrowed away. So even with that low HP, there's trade potential. Lovely shot from Furlan through the smoke, and another force by Henry, and another similar result because FlipSid's discouraged and forced away. Or are they? Well, then it would have shot. He goes back to the Deagle. He's got 3. Problem is his teammate's gone. They've got kits, but
okay.
Unfortunately for him, Markelov already bailed on it.
Wow, we'll have a replay of that, I guess. That was kind of insane. Luckily, the round does not slip away for Kinguin there, but a lot of weaponry certainly does. And you can assume with those players going down, FlipSid will in turn force back into this round as well for the AK and the scout saved. Here it comes, I'm sure. What? Was that a double or was it?
No, he hit the first just before that. We didn't quite see all 3. It was the wide peak. Same position that they were pushing truck, but still. Everyone's yelling that word again.
What's that word?
Hello.
Oh, we didn't really see the force by from FlipSid here. A little bit of discipline coming in. Just going to have the AK and the scoot, as you would say. Oh, looks like a 5-man commitment. This is interesting from Kinguin. The problem is, this is fine, but you need to be going quite quickly here. Before you don't know, the CTs may be flanking you from mid, pushing you in, so you can assume they're going to be actually smoking off spawn in heaven at this point, and actually making their way towards the B site momentarily.
Markelov, that's a big missed smoke to play with. Gets a headshot on Mihu as a result. They flash in accordingly because of the problem that it leaves, but it's Waylander that's got so much room to work with as a result of this aggro. Markelov will call that they're rotating in. Waylander plays the box accordingly, and Mark's got the call from him in turn that Mauzino's pushing through, but they've lost him. They can hear him. It doesn't matter. Electronic's there to save the day. Spiro with an AK. We'll pull back into Blade. 1 versus 4.
Bit of a horror show around here from Kinguin, I have to say. Like he said, CD spawn. I could see what they were trying to do there. I thought they were smoking towards headshot and allowing there to be a gap and they'd be checking it towards CD spawn. But they didn't really even encounter that. So I assume it was a missed smoke overall. That should have been covered off. That's obviously the most default smoking do towards CD. To actually take that position away. But it's an AK waiting. He gets the gap, gets the first kill, takes aggro away. The PT-50 in the back of the side finds a kill as well. And it all starts going horribly, horribly wrong there for Kinguin. A pretty shocking round overall for them. They only find 1 kill, and essentially was an epo for FlipSid. They had 1 AK, a scout, and 3 default pistols. So, well, a PT-50, I should say, but still didn't really have to overcommit in terms of that set piece at the very beginning of the round. It's very rare to see that, especially when you have the advantage in terms of the money and control of the situation. But there it is. Kinguin now forced by once again. It worked out before towards the A site. Tech 9's 1 AK for Mouse. Smokes once more, and looks like they will be setting out for another A execution. Can FlipSid hold them off this time and finally get 2 rounds in a row here on the second half? It's very similar to what we saw in Overpass.
Electronic with his... Well, I take it back. His may have bounced. One of the Molotovs was extinguished. The other still sits in front of the doorway. So they can't necessarily enter quite as quickly as they would have liked. FlipSid, therefore, with weapons. Good shot from Blade. Will take down Spiro. Blade's going to rotate back around. That wall of smoke does let them in. He pushes through aggressively. Mihu's got a gun. Thank you for the gift. And Malzino has an AK to work with. This isn't done. Kinguin with the bomb down. A good position inside the site. Could make this very uncomfortable for FlipSid trying to walk back in. Good peek back out. Mouse finds another. And look at the HP on Electronic. Good flash through. Mouse is a double. This is done. This round is over. Plant comes through, and that seems to be all that matters.
No one can hold on here, it seems, after winning a round. On these 4 spies, Blade actually getting himself in a position. He got that first kill towards the forklift area and then runs in through the smoke, hoping for the best there. Potentially could have played a little bit safer and is waiting for his teammates to come in. You see what he's trying to do to deny that bomb plant coming in. Unfortunately for him, though, Malzino and co lining shots up there. Great work with the AK-47, and we have got a force buy once more with the CD. I guess it's more of a buy. The money getting into a little bit more of a promising situation with them. It's just Blade, who only got a PT-50 while they're on the AWP. I want to see more of a default here from Kinguin. They actually have got some fast mid control, which is great. They've got the advantage in terms of the money, and potentially the CDs don't have things in secondary, so pushing them back at the start of the round. Rallen, a chance to get that one tap. Can't quite connect us though.
Mihu with a smoke thrown. Cover Blade is going to get pushed. Good response. Okay. There's a boost up late with that pistol. Could have easily caught them off. Instead, the headshot goes his way, but a flash in return. Thankfully traded from Markelov. We'll bring this back to a 4 versus 3. Watch a I was going to say refrag, but a rotation is the word I was looking for from World Edit. He may find a refrag from this position as he's looking for the late jump in. It's very common. They'll cross close. A better flash will force him back. Good read from Mouse. Smart heads up thought play. Seems straightforward, but often overlooked as they get the bomb down, and now they've got to hold yet another retake from FlipSid. And it looked more encouraging in the fact that they found the first frag this time, but it hasn't exactly been their game. Taking back sites, at least not now that money's back up and established for Kinguin. They've got a man advantage here, and Blade's still on a pistol. I imagine this AWP will be something of a coveted fashion for them to hold on to. May look for exits. They know at least one's got to be on the platform because they hasn't crossed away. There's been a call of set since the plant, but that flash will push him away, allow them to escape. At least that's the plan. Watch Spiro's position because World Edit commits this AWP. It needs to be held, and they both will get away. I'm not sure Blade will.
Why are they going for that at that point? Like, the bombers, I had like 10 seconds remaining on it. Neither of them got kits. That is risking losing their weapons at that point. They've got an AWP. And did he just drop his M4? I swear Blade had an M4, and I think he just dropped it, and it's gone.
Did he?
I'm not 100% sure.
He was definitely backing away with pistol. I don't know if there was one down in that position. I don't think he did.
Then I thought he had an M4 in hand. I saw him come back the next round about one. Anyway, round number 22. What it does have the AWP, but his teammates just going to have PT-50s across the board here. We'll see whether he can actually do anything with this weapon. He's in towards middle right now. Was getting shots through the smoke before. Not going to be taking the same sort of chance. At this point, they know he's the only player with a weapon at this point after getting pretty much fully reset at this stage. He doesn't want to give away his AWP position, but is firing off random shots at this stage. We'll see what happens here. Pretty much default setup for the CTs. PT-50s have been working out for FlipSid, but this one I don't really think is going to be a possible scenario for them. It should be 11-11 for Kinguin. As long as everything goes to plan. But so far, nothing really has.
11-11. Roland, Mihu, Maus, Furlan, Spiro, all close together on the map. Outside of A main. Smoke sets as well. Furlan's going to Molotov out the vents. That lands correctly, but there's no one there to push back this time. At least they'll confirm that it's covered. Maus is going to get a little bit closer up towards Squeaky as well. And bomb is there. So this is an execution against an eco, and sometimes we would rather than play slowly and figure out information because there is one AWP in the play in World Edit. He hits the opening shot. He's got position for more, nearly hits both. He does get Mihu through the door, but Rollins pulled it back. AWP back in play, can't land it. If he had to hit the collateral there, that could have been enough to secure the round. It may not just be done yet because Markelov 1 versus 2 has hit one shot but can't find a gun in all of this. As he rotates back to mid, Spiro's in good position. Does hit a dink, I have to say. Good shot. But they managed to collect the round, and it goes 11-11.
Well, there it is. What it is certainly makes things interesting there. Hitting a couple of AWP shots, and Markelov joining in the fun there with the PT-50 as well. He gets one shot. Like you said, had that been a collateral on the second encounter, that could have been, that could have been so fun. That could have been the round over just there. But ultimately, it doesn't work out for them. Another buy coming in from FlipSid. Don't have the AWP this time in the hands of World Edit. It's going to be 4 and 4s and Blade on the Famous. No kits once more, and limited in terms of grenades. Got 2 incendiaries and 4 smokes. They decided to go aggressive. I think Waylander is decided to push through the smoke, could flash through, uses this little boost position on the box to actually look over that smoke. It does give you a slight one-way, not fully, but as you at least spot a terrorist who may not be expecting that position. You can see that's what Spiro is looking at right now. Seeing if that was a possibility.
Waylander again is going to play platform site B. Markelov playing headshot. That's easy to Molotov off. Remember not to. Had a good tutorial about that at one point in time. And then Valve made it even easier by adding rusty screws and the, I guess, wall siding above the window at Skylight. So everyone can throw it. Blade trying to get a repeat back toward middle. Smokes will go out the crisscross, as you refer to them. This can allow an entry toward the vents, but they aren't going to utilize that in full, I don't think. Roland's going to go up middle, but the rest of them are working out toward A. They're just trying to force some confusion and some occupation inside of that mid position, but a flash through, and Blade, he thinks better of it. Roland's gotten to the vents, but Blade's going to go back and support Electronic, and that's the right call in this, because they are with Bomb on the other side of that doorway with 38 seconds left. It's not likely they're going to get that back over to B in time, so Roland's got to force a rotation. He's got to hold this off and be a sales pitch. And even World Edit's getting discouraged. Now they know. Door open, line up, Blade has to secure it. Thankfully, Electronic did find one back toward Quad, because it's only a 1-for-1 for Blade. Bomb drop, jump over, Mihu's found. And I dare say round secure, because 18 seconds they're back toward T-spawn.
Well, lovely hold there towards the A side of the map. Is Electronic finding two. Blade with that FAMAS as well towards that forklift area. The sprays one down. There's a little bit touch and go, but he manages to pick it up. And like he said, it was quite a last-minute decision from Kinguin to go towards the A side. Unless they win the duels there, can't really justify getting much more done here. We two remaining players in the form of Spiro and Rallen. Won't be getting any money to the next round, but they do manage to keep the weapons. So in terms of bank accounts, I think they're okay. In terms of the buys, you can start balancing the load. Still have the open hand as well, so FlipSid take the lead once again. 12-11 now. Still, the next round, couple of rounds will be so important. The economy for either side, very low. So the reinvestment comes in from FlipSid. Most players hovering around the $1,000 mark. On the other side, very similar story as well. So whoever wins this round takes a firm lead in terms of the economy gain going forward. No AWP still for FlipSid either. And Spiro does have that weapon available.
Both teams smoke the same spot.
Waylander once again in that same position. Spiro does check this, so if he pre-fires it, could be an easy first kill.
Yeah, that second smoke placed so he can see above it. Throw your knife. It actually backed away on this,
that's the next update.
Yep. Yeah, and then they'll add sprinting and proning and leaning.
And dogs.
I was morally implicated when they did that, because I had to kill them and I didn't like doing that. Mihu gonna go up at the exact time by which a Molotov will land on top of the boost spot, so he'll fall back at least for now. It'll buy a little bit of time, put us down to 54 before he gets back up in that position. And he's there. If Blade repeaks it, he's got to line up toward that position. Instead, he gets forward and starts to probe out sandbags. Two players get through. Blade spotted it. Pop flash out to his right. Doesn't necessarily go for the peek right away in the back of it, though, because they're pre-firing into that position. So he in turn retreats and goes back over toward the A site. World Edit's going to give up that mid-push. They could go all the way through on this. Smart play from Blade to try and turn around and bait out the door, but it doesn't work. Furlan gets the kill, and it leaves Electronic alone, at least for now. You can hear them on the other side, but he's so discouraged on which way to peek, because he's got to read it. Does do a well-defined Mausino, but exactly that. Too many players overwhelm, and he's traded back. Markelov gets one on Furlan, but the bomb goes in, and now it's a 3 versus 3 on retake.
Spiro with the AWP as well. He can get himself in a decent position, but Rallen goes one better. He takes down Waylander. It's going to be a 3-on-2 now. Markelov and World Edit coming in. They have got the kits, but no nades to work with now. M4 and AK respectively. Looks like it's getting to the point of no return at this stage. You're going to have flashbangs coming towards them, no one facing them, giving them an opportunity. They need to find 3 frags and defuse this bomb.
Good shot from Spiro. Takes down Mark. 12-12, a response, perhaps all 3 of them peak. That certainly will confirm it. And not only that, having 3 rounds, 1 and done, it's a bit of a reset against FlipSid. They'll only get the $1,400 injection, and therefore it's $1,700 only for Electronic on the bottom side of that.
Yeah, take a full eco here. They can buy up the next round of $900. It won't be ideal, but they have about $1,400 across the team, so Electronic might just be on pistol while the rest of them buy. So I don't think they can really justify much more than P250s here. But there it is, tying things up. Still anyone's game at this stage. Kinguin with an early deficit in the first half. Have pulled things back after winning the pistol in the second half. 12-12. This is pretty much a full eco at this point. Electronic Blade just with default USPs. Once again, there is quite a heavy commitment from Kinguin at the start of the round. I don't like these when you know it's a full eco reset for the CTs. You want to just be doing a default, working things out. It should be fine overall. They're going to find that first kill. Furlan doing some serious work towards the forklift and highway position. Because I'm not a fan of full executions at the start, you know, against eco. You run into a stack, or actually you find yourself in a really difficult position because you've actually just gone all in at the start of the rounds. It can be a little bit problematic, but this time's absolutely fine.
Oh.
Oh.
Good shot. Markelov catches Mihu. Well, that nearly caught a bullet from an AK as well, but he's going to be forced away from this. These pistols, no armor. Going to try and do some reinvestment damage, but Rollins not going to allow that. 2 quick kills for him. And Kinguin have a lead, a late lead. Remember, they did in the last map as well, but this time it's them with momentum in the comeback rather than being pursued and hunted down by FlipSid. I won't necessarily say it's a conclusion that a third map's on the hands, but they're going to buy back in, and if FlipSid don't win this, that may put the nail in the coffin.
We'll see. FlipSid now up against it. They lost the lead 13-12. Difficult buy, as we said. They went Felico before. $1,900 into this round, so only getting a UMP, a FAMAS, 3 M4s, a couple of kits here. And no particular change in terms of the formation. It's going to be sticking towards the quite familiar setup with Blade towards short, Waylander by himself on A. Markov and Electronic holding towards the B position. No one really giving anything away at this point in the round. Spiro with the AWP. And I should be working towards B storage once again. Waiting for the smoke to go down. I don't think there's a boost from the CDs this time. Just trying to get that first pit. The CD's not really presenting anything in terms of the aggression. It's going to be holding up and hoping that the T's run into their crosses at this point. They have got a few smokes remaining. Flashbangs as well. It's looking like potential A setup here from Kinguin, but it's too early to call at this point.
Two players push. They're going to boost inside vents at mid. And there's the go, but the go is at the exact time the Molotov lands. On a well-thrown one that goes relatively deep, so I'm going to give up on that thought process, bringing Blade therefore back down highway because I need to have some attention onto this mid-garage, and he does spot up a bit of aggression, bit of activity. In fact, goes down to 25. He'll go Apex-esque on his rotation rather than walk out mid. He'll rotate all the way back down toward the truck. In fact, sends World Edit that direction as he's got more HP to work with. An M4 as well. He's going to wait bottom heaven, allow his teammates better positioning, and throws a flash in. That'll go above the smokes. Both players look away. Markolov included. That pops him back out. He spots them. Can't find. Does finally get one through the smoke, but he's gone down to the Molotov that was landed on the generator, and Mauzino will take Electronic back away once more on the CT side.
Indeed.
14-12, and as mentioned, money not in the hands of FlipSid. That might be enough, but they're saving 2 weapons, so they'll do what they can with them.
Well, Kinguin now getting one step closer after going for the full default. They're flashing the CDs out of those vent positions, pushing them back in middle as well, and a decent execution towards B. You can see the CDs trying to do what they can there with the smokes and trying to use them as one-ways, but ultimately it was Kinguin overwhelming them, dropping the Molotovs in the key choke points as well. The CDs trying to fall back after getting that first frag and burning alive. So that suggests it was an almost perfect execution at that point because 4 players stay alive. The CDs have to save at this point, can't even challenge the retake, so it doesn't get much better than that. And it will be Waylander and Blade saving an M4 and a FAMAS. King will get one step closer here to taking the second map. This is their pick. Still not quite there. One of the T's goes down. And here we go then. I think it might have to be another eco. They have to force by this. Well, I guess at this point with the match points, or map point I should say, looming, they probably have to force into this and see what they can do here and try and keep the dream alive. 14-12, FlipSid come in with 2 FAMASes, 2 UMPs, and M4. It's not pretty. I'd like to see something like push squeaky door. Let's try and get the first kill in our favor. Can't really rely on sit back and hope these SMGs work out for you, unless they're rifles as well. All the same though, it seems.
It's got a position below the drop to make sure that if they do make their way over, they'll be greeted unfriendly. Mauzino, Furlan at the door, going to try and get the position to walk out onto the A site. No one's going to establish a mid-presence this time, but watch Spiro's late position in there. Have to consider, because World Edit's not moved. He's got information and all the confirmation based on noise that they're going on to A. They may not even need that anymore, because smokes will confirm it. Electronic spots, but late. Sees him to his right and doesn't react. Furlan's got the shot, drops away as well before Blade can respond on the UMP. And they know he's gone over toward the quad side somewhere. Molotov will push him out, but a smoke's still in his way. He's able to get the rifle as well, but watch the wrap in the smoke. Furlan spots. And I have to say, a good adjustment about 4 rounds ago from Kinguin. They've taken everything away from this A site. FlipSid once more is going to be forced out of their own territory, and I think saving once again is going to have to be the call. It'll be map point for Kinguin.
Yeah, looking very good right now. These executions, this team on point every single time, and it will be map point achieved by the Polish side here. I think we were going to see a save from Markolov there. He gets taken down, and just Waylander cowering in CT spawn for now. Almost certainly get a drop. There's no reason why the terrorists wouldn't check his position. They find him. He manages to get 1 kill, but almost redundant at that point. Now it's going to be 3 rounds in a row for FlipSid to actually take us to overtime. We did see overtime in the first map here on Overpass, but we'll see it again. It's looking unlikely, I have to say. Look at the buy here for FlipSid. 2 FAMAS, I say, and 2 UMPs, a PD-50. It should be Kinguin taking this one home. They've got 3 opportunities now to take us to the 3rd map. which I believe is Mirage, which both teams actually beat Dignitas on in this tournament.
Well, there you have it.
So it's going to be a battle to see who's the best Mirage team.
The more you know. Flipside again from a 15-12 position would have to force overtime, similar to what they did on Overpass. But remember, it was them with the momentum and the rounds stacking up on that map. This time it's the other way around, and I have to say the weaponry doesn't favor that idea at all. Bomb dropped way back toward the entrance toward the B tunnels, and Spiro's just waiting towards Sunroom to hold that position off. Electronic and World Edit as well will be over toward the A site, which is slowly getting some attention now from Kinguin with 1:13. Feeling out the map accordingly, and perhaps a boost even as Blade waits down at the bottom of Highway. It's Markelov on Heaven. No one this time toward the vents. I think at this point, they will group and head over toward the B site. Which is a bit interesting considering A's been so successful for them. And the weapon's low, but it's Waylander and Markelov that are going to be the closest to this attack. Roland gets back out middle, World Edit, or rather, excuse me, from Blade. It's going to get spotted, and the AK wins that duel from far, so no rotation. It's going to be just the two alone in B.
Well, here we go then. The last chance for Flipside. It's going to be Waylander finding two, and Markelov chimes in as well, the UMP. They've got the man advantage for now as he finds his second frag. It's a 2 versus 1 in favor of Flipside. 15-13. There's a possibility, and we just have Rallen here. Planting the bomb in the open, takes a chance, gets away with the plan for now.
And he gets back into a position quickly with the AK where he's able to capitalize on World Edit. 1 versus 1, he goes down, Electronic. He'll get another round on the board for Flipside. It could have been over so quickly with a 4K, no less. Had Roland hit those shots.
No dice just yet, it seems. The UMPs and pistols prevail. It's Markelov with that UMP. Touch and go, I have to say, in towards Heaven. As running around the UMP, actually finds 2 kills, gifted them perhaps. And Kinguin can't finish things off just yet. They've got plenty of money to buy into this one, but they do help Flipside out a little bit more with that victory. An orb comes out, so do a couple of M4s as well, make them 3. And Blade with that Famis. Just two rounds separators now from another overtime here. We said this would be a close series, but this goes to 2 overtimes in a row. That'd be absolutely nuts. Let's see what happens here. As Malzino flashed off towards middle at the start of the round. Nothing suggesting execution to start around just yet. I would say some mid-control will be the objective for Kinguin this round, with 2 players towards the warehouse and me who just watching A storage. Probably wait for the smokes to go down and flash themselves through.
He's going to be boosted by Roland. And then we'll rotate back around to Big Garage. It's Electronic and Blade over on A. Remember, that's been the weakness, but last round B, they elected to go that direction, and Waylander shut them down. He's got more friends in that position this time. It's 2-3 split. Markelov and World Edit both on that side of the map, and increasingly with vents slowly getting attained, it could go this direction once more, which again, I think Kinguin's had so much success on the A side with their smoke execution that I'm a bit curious about this late call.
Yeah. And we have got World Edit on the orb. He's actually rotating off B. Leaving Waylander there by himself. This could be the call that cost them the round on the map.
Markelov gets back to Heaven, thankfully. Same setup as last time, but instead better smoke in front of Waylander. They know where Markelov is. Now Zeno takes him down. The 3 players in B, down to just the 1 on Waylander with that early rotation, and it's going to cost them. You said it. It could be something that they have to fear. They've flashed off this position so many times. This time, instead, it's the Molotov. And the AWP will have no chance to deny bomb before it gets Furland.
That timing.
Then nearly gets caught off and then gets back behind the box, flashes in. They're spamming it, they're spraying it. They will force him out with the Molotov. Bomb has been planted, but a good catch from Spiro on the AWP. Back out toward Toxic makes Electronic's job a lot harder. Flash in, found, and